Welcome, Commander.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a cast of World War II Shattered Europe. We have myself, Andrew, spawning as the United Kingdom. We have Obo as France slash the United States. We have Flashtalker on West Germany and SAT student on East Germany. Coffee on Italy and Mojahid on the Soviet Union. And looks like I'm just sending my ships out to take the North Sea possessions. Small tip for new players, you can actually just send one ship to the port of Iceland and the entire island will surrender to you, which is very helpful. Uh, Looks like we had a little scuffle down here. SAT managed to steal the North Baltic states from Mo, and Easy's also taking the city up here. So Mo already losing 4 cities. That would have been his. Um, Flash has taken Paris, and yeah, Oppo is starting in West Africa. Coffee pushing West Africa and making a
We
bunker
shall
line
fight in
here,
France.
as am I.
We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight
And for now,
with
the
growing
game's
confidence
settled.
and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields
Looks
and
like
in the streets.
Oppo
We shall
pulled
fight
his
in the
fleet back to
hills.
here,
We shall
and
never
Alec is just
surrender.
taking Greece. Sat student took this sea zone. And yeah, everyone's beginning to just eco up. Let's take a look at resources. Yep, no one's really floating a lot. France has a lot because I think they're given 1.5k money and materials when they become US, so that's why he has a lot. Yeah, everyone's just ecoing up for now. And what's this? Looks like Easy is actually landing. Oh wow, this is actually really funny. Easy's landing the North Baltic states to take it from SAT for the Allies. SAT is moving up. This is actually really funny. Let's see how SAT deals with this. Oh gosh. Interesting. Easy chooses to stand and fight. He activates Talvi Sota. Really wants to hold here, evidently. He's even making conscripts, wow. Is he actually gonna hold this? It's a trap. Wow. Wow. Easy actually holds. He actually holds with the help of sandbags. Sandbags actually give your men buffs, by the way, for new players. They give your infantry buffs. Looks like, what is this? Mercy has gone allies, says Turkey, which she should. I didn't catch it, but wait, let's see if Spain went Axis.
Our
Yeah, Spain
allies
did
have been
indeed go
attacked.
Axis.
Forces are under attack.
Um, SAT and Easy still fighting over these states up here. Easy, really good at infantry combat, from what I've noticed. Oh, Flash Doctor, sending in SAT, returns the disrespect. It's a trap. Easy playing it cool. And yeah, Flash's Panzer IIIs cannot take damage from regular infantry, so this pretty much spells the end for Easy's little raid for now. And Mo is just hardcore ecoing up right now. Yeah, floating next to nothing in terms of materials and money. He lost 4 cities, so he's gonna need all the eco he can get for his fight with Sat Student. And yeah, the pre 12-minute period of this game can get pretty boring sometimes, so feel free to skip ahead if you guys want to just catch the Barbarossa action. I completely understand if you guys choose to do that. Looks like Oppo is pushing into Italy from the west, while his fleet, what is his fleet? What is he sending his fleet? I guess he's just sending his fleet to join mine? What is he doing? Easy, wisely telling me to get a radar. West Germany does like to drop UK a lot, so getting a radar is a very good idea. But Flash likes to... I've noticed that Flash Stalker likes to play more of an air navy style, as you can see here. And in this game, I think I do a decent job of fighting it, but he does beat my naval combat in the end. But yeah, looks like Alec attempting to take West Istanbul. Fortunately for him, Mercy's really dug in here. These barbed wires and tank traps and whatnot. And Easy dropping these cities once again. Really being a thorn in the side of Germany. Mo still just ecoing up, which makes complete sense. Where is he doing the majority of his eco? It's interesting. Mo does not have a lot of eco yet. Unfortunately, it doesn't show the GDP stat here, because that is a custom stat. And I don't know how to make it show it. But if I remember correctly, Mo's GDP at around 12 minutes was around 700, so he should be around 500 right now. Easy really just digging in here. He's discovered SAT's production. He's engaging some of the Wehrmacht infantry. Which I don't know how to pronounce that, actually. So some of you guys maybe show me how to pronounce that. I'm trying to take a naval engagement here, because West Germany's 3 principal ports are actually split by the Netherlands, so it's a strategic advantage for the UK, as long as the UK has more ships. But as you'll see later on in the game, if West Germany gets more ships, then it can actually turn the other way in terms of an advantage. Easy, really bunkering down over here. SAT just gave up. He just said, have it, I don't care. Because SAT is now producing Tiger tanks, and he's preparing for his offensive into Russia. But Mo is no slouch either. He's spamming combat engineers and AT guns, improved AT guns, which deal with the Tigers quite handily. And he has his fair share of conscripts and 125mm artillery to deal with SAT zone. So this should be a pretty good fight. SAT can't go up here unless he wants to go through all these traps. So he has to try to push through Moscow. And I'm not quite sure if he can take Mo's army. Flash and I still bouncing around here with our naval forces. Looks like Alice is expecting a landing, or maybe he's preparing his own. Looks like SET is pushing into Russia. Mo smartly not taking an engagement yet. Easy also backing up. Oh, looks like Mo is moving out now. Don't think he has enough to take SAT's army, but it is kind of split right now, so maybe. Oh, looks like Mo getting that good pre-split before he engages. I don't think it matters much though, because SAT doesn't have that high quality of artillery. SAT grouping up his army before he takes a fight. And here we go. SAT activates Blitzkrieg. We'll see our first fight of the Eastern Theater. I think SAT wins this fight because of his infantry. See, the AT guns can actually deal with the Tigers. He has superior artillery, but these infantry can kill these AT guns without a problem, as you can see here. They're just mowing down the AT guns. So that's why Mo had to retreat there, and that's why he's making machine gunners right now, because he recognizes that problem. But now, because the infantry killed all the AT guns, there's not enough anti-tank, and the Tigers are just running over Mo's army now. So, first battle of the Eastern Theater, a crushing victory for SAT. Easy tells me that Mo requires air, because they just lost that critical fight. Easy doing a small little counterattack here to get SAT to refrain from marching into Moscow just yet. Fortunately, he gets caught in the urban combat aura, loses a couple men. And yeah, SAT has taken the first little ring of Soviet Russia. From Riga to Kiev. And now he's attempting to push up, maybe for Leningrad. Oh, and this is actually abysmal airport placing. I don't know what I was thinking. You guys will see why soon. Easy asking Mo what happened to his eco. Yeah, he had a bad start because Easy took his city and he lost these North Baltic states to SAT. So yes, he did have quite the bad start. Yeah, I have no clue how to pronounce these German unit names, but they are quite cool. And yeah, he totally destroys my my airports here, so I have to rebuild. And I should have placed them here in the first place, but anyways. Flash and I still doing our naval dance. He has roughly the same amount of ships as I do now, so I can't just handle. Yeah, he even has 5 subs over here, so I have to back up. Take a small fight here, knock out 1 battle cruiser and a couple subs, and back up. The moment UK loses naval control here... Oh wait, is there some action? Oh. Looks like Mo was just cutting off SAT's reinforcements. But SAT's main army... He could just push into Moscow and just destroy Moscow right now, but he's more worried about this army cutting off his supply lines. Easy. Yeah, because this army is here, he can't just blindly send in reinforcements. So, a good tactical move by Mo. Not quite sure about this one right here. He has inferior tanks and he's pushing into a choke. Into like 24 some Tigers. Yeah, he gets absolutely smashed again. Tries to link up his other army. Takes a couple Tigers out. But it's very AT gun heavy, and this infantry will make short work of those AT guns. Like so. Yeah, he loses just about every single one of them. If it weren't for Easy's 155mm artillery, I think Moscow would have fallen already. Looks like I'm starting to mass up some air, noticing the dire situation they're in. Which takes a lot of my money away from making navy units. And Flash smartly positioned some subs here for this precise reason. If you place subs here, they take out convoys which supply money to me. Unfortunately for Flash, I don't think he put them in the right position. But anyways, that is a very smart move, because these convoys make up a big part of UK's income. It looks like Flash gets the jump on my fleet here with torpedo bombers, which are actually very good against Navy ships. and I was caught completely unaware, and I have almost no answer to them. And now Flash has seized the naval advantage. Yeah, I'm desperately making cruisers for their AA component. Looks like Moscow still stands. Oh, SAT activates Blitzkrieg. Crushes remnants of Mo's army. But the UK Air Force, I believe, yeah, it looks like it's about 19 bombers, enough to frighten this German army away. But SAT, quick on the draw, already has improved flak tanks rolling in. Yeah, this guy's really good at this game. But not enough just yet, so he does have to retreat. I tell USA to come up here, because he has taken Africa from Spain and Italy. Very nicely done by Oppo. Oh, Italy actually leaves, leaving West Germany all of his eco. Rome's almost maxed out. Yeah, Flash, it's gonna be very rich from now on. Now that he has naval control, he can take all these oils away from me and cut out a significant part of my income. And that would be a big issue if it weren't for the fact that I still do have Egypt and the oils here. So it's not that big of a deal, but of course it still hurts quite a bit. SAT fighting quite well, considering that he's 1v3 now against me, Easy, and Mo. But he's not quite able to deliver the finishing blow. And I think that can be credited to all of Easy's defensive works. See, these tank traps, they don't seem like they're a big deal, but when mixed in with 155mm artillery, and when there's just so many of them, it can be quite a hassle for a Tiger force to get through. And now Mo has built KV-85s. Oh no, he's gonna retreat through this choke. I think he should have retreated this way, because now he's gonna lose so much getting caught here. And his army has to split now. Mo just getting absolutely wrecked this game, several times over. These KV-85s aren't pushovers either. They got 380 HP, 29 armor, and they do 84 damage versus other tanks, as opposed to the Tiger's 440 HP, 33 armor, and 98 damage to other tanks. So the Tiger is still the better improved heavy, but just by a little. What's going on here? Looks like Flash finally crushed West Istanbul, and the Balkans have actually landed, and they're engaging in trench warfare with Mercy, who is Turkey. And looks like Oppo's landing has failed terribly here. Alice being ready for it all game. And yeah, Flash is just absolutely taking control of the seas. But if you guys start to notice something, in Turkey we have a 1v1. This is fine for both sides. Neither side is overexerting. It's even. Here we also have a 1v1. This is also fine. A little bad for the Allies, since USA is expected to do more than Spain. But over here, now that Flash has acquired Italy, and the fact that he's West Germany, he's focusing all his efforts on me. So this is, eco-wise, this is considered a 2v1. So as long as he's doing this, he's not helping his ally SAT. For example, if Flash sent, like 20 so Tigers, some infantry over, SAT might have been able to end Russia already. But because it's basically a 1v3 here. SAT, even though he's won every single battle, he can't compete with their combined economy. So he just has to keep fighting again and again. Wild Flash. Sure, he's taken naval control, but England still stands. He took too much time taking out all these, so it really was not worth it. And here, Mercy's pushing back Alec, and Oppo is moving to Russia, which will make the Eastern Theater a 1v4. And here you can see SAT crushing the Russian army, winning yet another fight. Crushes through Mo's army. Yeah, looks like I was feeling the pressure a bit. My fault. Oppo making his way up there. Let's look at the Pershings. Yeah, the Pershings, 380, 89. Looks like these guys have roughly the same stats as the KV-85s. Both of them inferior to the Tiger, but can still put up a fight in greater numbers. And looks like Mercy is gradually pushing Alec out of Turkey, while Oppo has set a bunch of submarines to prevent landing. What's going on here? Looks like SAT has broken through the Riga choke. Mo feeling the pressure. And SAT elects not to go for Moscow, but to finish Finland, which might be the better decision, considering Finland is completely naked. And Oppo making production here, getting ready to aid in the Eastern Front. And once again, like I was talking about, these tank traps. With this many, SAT cannot push past this choke, especially with this artillery and AT guns firing on him. It's just going to be an absolute hell for these Tiger tanks, which might be why he elected to just kill Easy's homeland, which is Finland. But he doesn't seem to go all the way. Oh, he smartly sends a portion of his army to do that. Mo made the correct strategic decision here to push, because he saw that SAT was pushing Finland. But he's gonna get wrecked either way, because he just did not have enough. This is like half of SAT's army, but it's still enough to crush what Mo has. So yeah, Mo forced to make AT guns, which are the cheaper option against tanks, because he cannot compete with this number of Tigers. I don't even know how many that is. It's got to be at least 50 right there. Not to mention another 10 or so Tigers in Finland. Looks like Easy doing a little counterattack here. SAT sending a portion of his army. Still has enough to crush Mo's army here. But Oppo is now beginning Pershing production in Russia. And you can basically look at each of these Pershing tanks as a KV-85 that does 5 more damage. So the Eastern Front is starting to not look so good for SAT. Easy smartly pulls his artillery back. And over here, oh, wait a minute. Looks like Mo pushing into SAT's army. SAT pulls back because he didn't like that concave. Wouldn't be surprised if he turns around here though. Guess not. It looks like Turkey has now landed Balkans, but Flashstalker's army from the beginning of the game is ready to deal with that. And yeah, Spain has dropped England. But while Flash has naval control, I do have air control. And given time, these bombers can kill all this infantry, although it will take forever. And now this is effectively Spain, Italy, and West Germany versus England. This is effectively a 1v3 here, and they still have nothing to show for it, which allows USA, Russia, Finland to fight SAT here, 1v3. But the critical difference here is England is on an island, so it's easier to defend, whereas SAT is not. So you guys will soon see how this plays out. Now the Allied army looking quite big, a mix of Pershings, KV-85s. Looks like we're about to have a decisive fight here. And yeah, Flash has taken most of these oils. And looks like we're about to... Looks like SAT feigning a retreat. He wants them to come out. Because while the Tigers and Allied tanks are on equal numbers, you have to keep in mind that each Tiger has better stats than each of these tanks. SAT activates Blitzkrieg, charges into the Allied army. Let's see how this fight goes. Both sides taking massive casualties. AT guns putting in work. SAT moves his flak tanks back, pushes his Tigers to the front. Easy moves his artillery in to help. But I think it's too little too late, as SAT's army from Finland comes down too. And he crushes the Allied army and pushes through. But they did cut down quite a few of his Tigers, to be fair. And we still have all these defensive works, so SAT can't just push in. Looks like SAT wants to end it now. Easy pulls his artillery back, loses a few. SAT pulls back again. These tank traps really making it difficult for him to push in. Easy recognizing that, even places his government center right here. It looks like Easy has a little Finnish resistance force here, taking back Finland. SAT sending his army to deal with it. Flashstalker lands assault infantry fire bats to take England. That's an investment of 800 or so science. He could have had improved tanks with that. Could have been helping SAT over here. But they have taken England. Well, southern England. And with the destruction of the airports, my flyers have to all retreat to Russia. Yeah, they're there. Yeah, my fighters have to retreat too. When making air, make sure you guys have backup airports, or else your fighters become immobilized and you basically can't use them again for the rest of the game. Alice making a lot of AA, even though all my air is gone. It looks like my conscripts will be able to hold against Flash's infantry. But Flash does make some barracks here too. Starts to produce conscripts as well. Easy telling me to focus on getting UK back. Opal has to make a hasty retreat here. Can't fight that many Tigers alone. He has to fight them together with Mo. And look at all this barbed wire. Barbed wire, very good anti-infantry countermeasure. So this is very good play from Alice. Flash makes some more assault infantry deal with these conscripts. But as you guys can see, all these MG bunkers, these are all very good against what kind of unit? Infantry. So I do notice that, and I'm preparing a tank tech switch here. And you guys will see how that works out. Flash has completely taken the North Sea, but unfortunately for him, he was unable to take out my supply depots here, which would have actually significantly hurt me. And just a tip, whenever you guys do landings, make sure you build your production far away from the coast, or else you can lose quite a bit of it to a small amount of ships, like so. Like Flash just lost half his production in England due to that. And now, even Mercy joining them on the Eastern Front, making this a 1v4. And here, it's still West Germany, Italy, Spain versus England, and they still have not taken England. If even one of them, if even Spain went to Russia to help SAT, they might have been able to take it. But they're wasting so much time here. And now, due to this tech switch, they don't have anything to deal with tanks. You can see Flash starting to make anti-tank riflemen, scrambling. And here it looks like we're going to have another massive engagement. Except this time, looks like the Allied army is significantly larger than SAT. SAT recognizes this and has to retreat. This is going to hurt. Every time your enemy is closing in on you and you have to retreat through a choke, you're going to lose quite a bit. And yeah, Tigers are dropping like flies here. Yeah, he lost about 10 Tigers there, I'd say, for pretty much free. And yeah, these tanks are wrecking ass in England. And SAT has to retreat. Don't know what Alex doing. No, he's preparing a drop to Turkey. But it's too late now, because the tide has completely turned. The Allies now can destroy East Germany. SAT going in for a final fight. He knows that if he doesn't destroy this army, the Eastern Front is pretty much lost. So he has quite a few Tigers, but as you can see, this Allied army outnumbers him 2-1. And he is just getting encircled here. Yeah, his army just getting completely crushed here. And SAT now making AT guns because he can't compete with tanks anymore. So he has to go for the cheaper option, and he's forced to fight a defensive war now. Meanwhile, in England, they still have not subdued all of England. They have naval control, air control, but they still have not taken England. Not yet. And now I'm making improved medium tanks. And Russia, USA, and Turkey are pushing in to East Germany. Yep. Looks like, yeah, improved mediums starting to roll off the production line. And these assault infantry have absolutely no answer against these tanks. Still no AT capability here. To be honest, if Flash made some AT bunkers and got a lot of AT riflemen, I think he would have been able to kill these tanks. But yeah, the Allies have beat SAT in the Eastern Theater. His production getting railed on now. Alec does drop Turkey, and Mercy cannot deal with it. But unfortunately for the Axis, that's just pretty irrelevant now, because they just can't fight this. They cannot fight this big army. Mercy pings. We all know, but we all know it's not important. And yeah, these improved medium tanks are gonna retake England. It looks like, what is Flash doing? SAT making tank destroyers. But yeah, you can just see, like, he has nothing. He has almost nothing. Can't stop this many allied forces. And that battle that took place over here pretty much spelled the end for the Axis powers. And even here, where Italy, West Germany, and Spain were trying to take England, even here, they could not accomplish that. So this shows you the importance of tech switches. And yeah, this is pretty much game. Alec is making progress in Turkey, but Mercy, returning the favor, takes out Balkans, and SAT calls GG. Easy calls GG too. Technically, the game's not over until the Allies take Berlin and Rome, or the Axis take London and Moscow, but usually games do end pretty early. Flash still with his tier 1 army here. Yeah, SAT won all battles but one. Probably feels really bad about that. I would. Mercy really worried about Turkey. And yeah, that is pretty much game. So, thank you all for watching.